time scale. So the geological, so here is the geological time scale, and we have this geological time scale, and there are various units like uh, epoch, eon, era, period, and epoch. Then the eons. So the eons are the hidden for 4.8 to 3.8 billion year ago, Archean 3.8 to 2.5 billion year ago, Petrozoic 2.5 to 8.5 2.5 to 0.5 billion year ago, and Phanerozoic zero point 0.5 billion year ago to present. So in Hadean era, so we have in Hadean era, so this is the activities like earth like a fireball, and the cooling down and of earth, and the continent formation, atmosphere formation, CO2, 90% CO2 is over there, and ocean formation, and no life on earth, and no fossil. Then the Archean, so we have in Archean the first life on earth, unicellular organism like bacteria and blue green algae and cyanobacteria, and formation of oldest mountain like Aravalli. Then the Petrozoic, so we have the multicellular organization like arthropoda, and in Phanerozoic, in the present era, present eon is a Phanerozoic. Then the eras, so in Phanerozoic there is era, so the Phanerozoic era 550 to 570 to 245 million year ago. Mesozoic era 245 to 65 million year ago, and Cenozoic era 65 to present. Then the Paleozoic era, so we have six major this period. So Cambrian, Ordovician, Silurian, Devonian, and this Carboniferous and Permian. So the Permian is the so the Silurian, and the uh, so COSD So Cambrian 570 to 505, Ordovician 505 to 40438, Silurian 438 to 408, Devonian 408 to 360, and Carboniferous 360 to 286, and Permian 286 to 245. Then the Permian period. So Permian period, this is the marine invertebrate are there, and the in Ordovician period we have the first fish, and Silurian period we have the first terrestrial life and plant, and the Devonian period we have the age of fishes and amphibian, and then the Carboniferous, so we have the age of tall tree, coal formation, and amphibians, and first reptile and corals. Then break of Pangea in Carboniferous. Then the Permian, so 286 to 245, so age of reptile, and formation of Gondwana coil and bituminous coin. Then the Mesozoic era, so the period are the dinosaurs, and marsupial and mesosaur are the main the main animals in this Mesozoic era. Then Cenozoic, so the mammals are main found in this Cenozoic era. Then the Precambrian, so in the Precambrian, the timeline before 570 million year ago in Cambrian period, so rocks are highly eroded and fossil are unavailable. Then comes this structure of earth in our this in our syllabus. So structure of earth. So structure of earth is then is the structure of earth we have seen in our this next chapter. So So the how we know the earth structure, or the main thing of knowing the structure of earth is the this seismograph, and recording by seismogram. So scale, Richter scale, magnitude, and algorithmic scale, and then Mercalli scale, which give the intensity 1 to 12, and modify Mercalli scale MMS for planning. Then there are waves, and which are the waves by the earthquake, which give our the study of the this earth interior. Then the homosysmal line, yani, which have the same time of earthquake, and isosysmal lines means equal magnitude or earthquake. Then the hypocenter, so the focus interior of the earth, and where the earthquake is origin. And the epicenter, so the surface over above the focus. Then the waves, so type of waves are the P waves, fastest waves, compression and tension is there. L wave, surface wave, side to side, and maximum destruction. So P wave is the longitudinal, and L wave is side to side, and R wave is the surface wave, and it is transverse in nature. So P, L, and R, three are the waves. So P wave is maximum harm to the buildings, and they are all over there. So the P and L are the longitudinal, and the R is the transversal in nature. Then the shadow zone of seismic waves. So shadow zone of seismic wave, so it is the shadow zone of seismic wave. So P wave, which are the angle between 103 to 143, not recorded. So P wave is not recorded in 103 to 143, so it is highly density core refraction, because of the refraction by core. So it is known as the P wave shadow zone, 103 to 403. And S wave, so 103 to not recorded, display in liquid core. So S wave also not recognized. Then the significance of understanding the interior. So velocity change, identify discontinuity. So we have the identified the discontinuity between the earth, slow down the atmosphere, slow down in atmosphere, semi-molten state reveals the slowdown of waves in atmosphere. Then the S wave dissipation in outer core, liquid state reveals. So semi-molten and liquid state is revealed by these studies, and the discontinuous are also identified this in skin. So type of EQ, and so the this earthquake, so they are different type of skills according to depth of epicenter. So shallow focus means up to 50 kilometer, and medium focus 50 to 250 kilometer, and plutonic 250 to 70 kilometer in the depth. Then according to destruction, so the Mercalli scale, so scale 1 to 12, the type of the earthquake. Then according to origin of earthquake, so the tectonic earthquake interact with tectonic plane, volcanic earthquake, collapse earthquake like mining, explosive earthquake like nuclear tax, and reservoir induced earthquake by artificial reservoir like China making the Seven Gorge Dam on the Birambut, and altering the tectonic activity. Then comes the impact of earthquake. So the soil soil liquefaction, loss of life, damage of infrastructure, destruction of habitat and landscape, and economic slowdown, hazy weather condition, increase vehicular accidents, in disease, lung and skin allergy, and water contamination. Then the volcano. What is the volcano? So the types of volcano. So intrusive landform volcano. So the So the volcano. So we have the landform of volcano. So these are the volcano landforms. So this is a volcano diagram. So this is the volcano. So this the batholic. So batholic is the magma chamber or the condon irregular dome shape between under the earth. Laccolith means intrusive, conduits and saucer shaped, and lepolith is concave and concave toward the below, and phacolith wave like structure, the anticline and syncline, and the conduit and sill, and the so the sill suite, and these are the batholith. So this is dike with vertical disposition, and this have the so all type of diagram is there, and so the dike is vertical deposition, conduit, and shorter dike is stock. Then comes the extensive landform, volcanic landform on surface. So the landform on surface, volcanic cone and mountain. So the cinder, the ash cone. So the gases, ash and rock fragment are coming out. Lava cone. So lava cone is the acidic and more silica, which the more, if acidic silica, then if it is acidic lava, then more silica and more viscous and greater explosion and higher but less wider. And if the silica is basic, so the less silica, it has the less silica, because the silica is the acidic in nature, so it has less silica, so it is fluid and wider, and it is small in height. And Icelandic volcano and Deccan Plateau is the basics by basic silica. Then the composite cone, so many eruption in layered material, and Mount Vesuvius and Mount Pelée are the composite cone. And parasitic cone formed during the future eruption. Branch conduit and Mount Shastina and Mount Shasta in USA is example of this parasitic cone. Then the crater and caldera. So the crater is funnel shaped. Crater is funnel shaped landform on apex, and lake form is crater lake, and caldera enlarged crater with next eruption. Mount Toba, Mount Tal is the caldera example. Then hot spring in geyser. So hot spring eject hot water regularly, like Tata Pani in Himachal Pradesh, and geyser water vapor comes out immediately. Old Fort Wood geyser or of USA. Then the hot person eject hot water regularly, the Tata Pani Himachal Pradesh, and geyser water vapor comes out intermediately. Then the this Thermalos and Salpatara. So the Thermalos, volcanic vent erupting ashes and gases, value of 10,000 spoke in Alaska, and Salpatara, Thermalos dominated by sulfur gas, like Pozzuoli in Italy. Then comes the type of volcano. So type of volcano are is the according to frequency of eruption. So frequency of eruption, the active volcano like Etna in Italy, and Beren in India, and dormant Narcondam in India, and Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, and extinct or dead volcano. So Diamond in Iran, Kohe Sultan in Iran, and Popa in Myanmar. So active is now it is active, and dormant over a period of time, not eruption but may erupt, and stings or that means over long period of time it not erupts. So then according to nature of eruption, so A central type means circular and elliptical vent, and fissure eruption means linear crack and peaceful and no explosion. So it has the fissure eruption, linear crack, and peaceful and no explosion. Then comes the impact of volcano. So impact of volcano are negative impact. So negative impact is a lahar, flow of volcanic mud, damage to infrastructure, destruction to of habitat and landscape, and loss of life, economic slowdown, haziness, weather condition, and increased vehicular accident and disease, lung and skin allergy, and the water contamination. Then the positive impact of volcano. So volcanic ashes increase the soil fertility, formation of new landform, mineral comes out of earth interior like diamond and iron, and hot spring and geyser have the medicinal benefits, and tourism and geothermal energy production, USA, Russia, Japan, Italy, and Mexico and New Zealand. And a cognitive and social conscience against the natural hazard in like in the Japan. Then comes the distribution of volcano. So distribution of volcano, we have the this map. So distribution of volcano. So so we have the distribution of volcano like this, and in the parts of the world we have the distribution of volcano. So convergent plate mountain 75%. So circum-Pacific belt, ring of fire, and the mid-continent belt, and then the divergent plate mountain 15%. So mid-oceanic ridge, and the intraplate. So the hot spot like Reunion and Hawaii Island is the volcano. Then comes the source or understanding of earth interior. So direct source are the surface rock, mining, drill, deep ocean drilling, and volcanic eruption. And indirect sources are the temperature, density, pressure, magnetic field, gravitation, meteorite, and seismic waves. Then the discontinuity. So discontinuity. So the discontinuity. So here are the discontinuity. So zone of transition where speed of seismic wave changes. So 5 type of discontinuity. So the Conard discontinuity between ocean crust and ocean continent and ocean crust, or we can say this is between the upper crust and lower crust. Then Mohoric between crust and mantle, and Gutenberg between mantle and core. So GM between the mantle. So you start from the core, mantle, and crust. So GM, good morning. Gutenberg, the core and mantle, and Mohoric and the mantle and crust. Then in the this side, so LCR means LCR. So Lehman, outer core and inner core, and Repti, upper mantle, lower mantle, and Conard, upper core or upper crust or lower crust. Okay, so GM, good morning, and LCR. Then comes the major element of earth crust, 98%. So the major element of earth crust are the oxygen 46%, silicon, aluminium, iron, calcium, sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Then the major element of whole earth, so iron, oxygen, and silicon and nickel. So on the earth crust, oxygen is abundant, then silicon, aluminium, iron, calcium, sodium, potassium, and magnesium. And if we talk about the whole the earth, then the iron, oxygen, silicon, and nickel is the key. Then the this we come to our next chapter, which is the so this is the world geography in a brief and short span of time. So